Imagine you're walking along a beach in the Florida Keys. You turn a corner and are surprised to find a scene filled with action, colorful creatures of land and sea, and they all appear to be made out of clay. All of a sudden, there's a squawk of a bird, and you look to see a magnificent flamingo. You notice the bird's elegant curved neck, the fluffy wings of flaming fuchsia, its one leg balancing ever so gracefully. And wait a second, this flamingo's even wearing sunglasses! Today, we will be learning how to make this beautiful pink bird out of clay. Would you like to learn how to make a flamingo? The supplies you'll need are one foil structure for the flamingo's body with pre-baked leg, one foil structure for the mound of sand your flamingo will be standing on, two pre-baked eyes, one pre-baked beak, blocks of black, blue, light brown, yellow, pink, and white clay, some toothpicks, and a rolling pin or large marker to roll your clay out with. To start your flamingo, roll out your pink clay into a long flat strip and apply to your foil body structure. Keep applying until you cover your flamingo's body completely with your pink clay. Then, roll 10 small balls out of your pink clay. Roll each of them out into long teardrop shapes. Place 4 of them in a row on the back end of your flamingo's body, with the pointed end pointed away from the body. Add the remaining 6 teardrop shapes on top of and around your first row until you have a fluffy-looking flamingo tail. Now for the wings. Make 2 slightly larger balls out of pink clay, about the size of your thumbnail, and roll them into long teardrop shapes. Then, flatten them and curve their pointed ends upwards using your thumb and index finger. Place one of those flattened teardrops onto the side of your flamingo's body, with the rounded end closest to the neck and the pointed end closer to the tail. Now you have the shape for your wing. Make 8 very small balls out of pink clay and roll them into long teardrop shapes. Flatten your 8 long teardrops and place the first onto the end of your wing. You'll place your second long teardrop shape slightly above your first, then your third slightly above and to the side of your second, and your fourth slightly above and to the side of your third. Place your remaining 4 long teardrops in a row, starting at the top of the last teardrop you added and leading towards the bottom of your flamingo's body. Take another third of your white clay and mix it with a small amount of your pink clay. Using your new light pink clay, make 6 very small balls and then roll them into small teardrop shapes. Place 3 of your light pink teardrops and place them with pointed ends up in a row at the top of your wing's round end. Take your 4th and 5th light pink teardrops and place them at the bottom of your wing's round end. Place your 6th light pink teardrop at the back of your wing. You will switch to the other side and add your second flattened teardrop shape, but this time you'll place the teardrop slightly higher. Then, you'll make 8 small balls out of pink clay and roll them out into long teardrops, and make 4 very small balls out of light pink clay and roll them into smaller teardrops. On the inside of your second wing shape, you will flatten and then place 4 of your long pink teardrop shapes in a row with the pointed ends pointed up. You'll place 4 more of your pink teardrops in a row slightly below and placed in between the teardrops of your first row. You'll take all 4 of your light pink teardrops and place them in a row slightly below and placed in between the teardrops of your second row. Next, you'll make 4 small pink balls and 3 very small pink balls and roll them into teardrop shapes. With 4 of your pink teardrops, you'll place them on the outside top of your wing shape, and then at the bottom of your rounded edge of your wing shape, you'll add your remaining 3. Now we can move on to your flamingo's head. Take your pre-baked beak and place it on the side of your flamingo's head. Make 2 small worms out of your pink clay and place the first one lengthwise down the middle of your flamingo's head. Make sure to smooth the edges of your worm into the head. Take your second worm and place it across the bottom of your first. Take both of your pre-baked eyes and place them on either side of your first pink worm. Using your pink clay, roll 2 small worms to place on top of and around your flamingo's eyes. These will be its brow bones. After you've done that, make 5 small balls out of pink clay and then roll them into long teardrop shapes. Take 2 of your long pink teardrops and place them next to each other on the back of your flamingo's head, with the pointed ends of the teardrops aiming for the top of the flamingo's head. Add 2 more of your long teardrops on the top of the first 2, and then the last long pink teardrop on top of them all. Then, make 4 very small balls out of pink clay and 4 very small balls out of light pink clay, and roll them into small teardrop shapes. Carefully, place 3 of your pink teardrops on the front of your flamingo's neck in a semicircle row. Place your last pink teardrop on the very top of those 3. Then carefully place your 4 light pink teardrops in a row on top of your cluster of pink teardrops you just added. Now, let's add some eyebrows. Roll 3 small balls of black clay into worm shapes. Place the first black worm onto one of your flamingo's brow bones, pressing it all the way down and around the eye. Take your second black worm and press one end into the inside end of your first black worm, and angle the other end up and away from the head. Now for some cool sunglasses. Take a small ball of black clay and roll it into a worm shape. Place this black worm on top of the flamingo's beak, slightly below the pink worm you made earlier. Make 2 more small balls out of black clay and roll them into teardrop shapes and flatten them. Take the first of your flattened black teardrop shapes and place it angled out at the end of the black worm you just added, with the teardrop's pointed end away from the face. Take your other flattened black teardrop and place it on the other side of your black worm. Once you've done that, take a small ball of black clay and roll it into a worm, and use it to connect the pointed end of one of your black teardrops with the side of your flamingo's head. Then do the same on the other side. Now for some highlights on your flamingo's sunglasses. Take 4 very small balls of white clay and roll them into small worm shapes. Place 2 of them in slanted lines on top of each of your sunglasses frames. Take 1/3 of your white clay and half of a stick of your yellow and mix together to make your sand color. Once you've mixed those together fully, roll out your new light yellow clay and apply it to your other foil structure. Keep applying your light yellow until you've covered your foil structure completely. Take a few toothpicks and start poking your light yellow mound all over. Mix a small amount of blue and white clay. Mix just enough so that you can still see streaks of each individual color. Using this blue and white clay, make 8 small balls and then roll each of them into long teardrops. Place 7 blue and white teardrops at the bottom of your mound of sand. Taking little bits of each color you used for this project, roll them into a little beach ball to place on top of your little mound of sand. And now for your flamingo's feet. Make 4 small balls out of brown clay, and then roll them into teardrop shapes. Take your first 3 teardrops and place them on your mound of sand. With your last brown teardrop, place it facing and connecting to your first 3. Have it so the points touch. And now for your final step. Using the point of your flamingo's leg, poke through the center of the foot you just created, and into, but not through, your mound of sand. Adjust to balance, and then you're done. And look, now you've made a flamingo.